Hey guys, and welcome to this new channel of mine where I'm just gonna basically be doing a sort of just these random sort of projects and other miscellaneous things I will show you guys from time to time. I know I've done multiple of these second channels, but I kind of wanted to reel it in and just kind of make it something that was just me and make it about, some of my personal things and just stuff that wasn't necessarily animatronic related. Not that there won't be anything animatronic related, but it's going to mainly focus on other things aside from that. It's just kind of a channel I want to dump some random stuff on. So today we're starting that with this. So a lot of y'all may not even know what this is. Maybe you've read this, but let me go ahead and explain real quick. So you may have seen by the title or thumbnail that this is a childhood console of mine, and it is called the RetroDuo Portable. Now, back in the day, there was a brand called RetroDuo, or actually no, it was called RetroBit. I think they're actually still in business today, and they still do stuff, but, they were also around back then. And yeah, they made stuff like this, where basically these consoles could play, like, multiple different, like, consoles. So basically a multiple console in one type of thing. And there, you probably have seen them from time to time if you've ever went into, like, a used video game store or something like that. They're like a 2-in-1 or a 3-in-1. I actually had one growing up. Not anymore, but this I do actually still have. And basically, this one allowed you to play without any extra accessories. You could play Super Nintendo games on these. Now, there were actually converters where you basically get a thing and you just put it into the cartridge slot up here, and you could play, like, NES games or Sega Genesis games. I didn't have that converter, but I did have the one for the NES. Basically, what ended up happening is that at some point I ended up messing with this console. I've heard conflicting reports from my family about why. Supposedly, there had been an issue that made me take it apart. And you have to keep in mind, back then I was like, I want to say like 10 or so, somewhere around that range. And so when I took it apart, I didn't really know what I was doing. And so it technically still functions, but it is so tricky to get it working that, nah, it basically is a console that it just really needs attention. It needs to be fixed. And I've actually fixed a couple consoles recently, or I should say one. I got working. The other one I'm still working on currently, but I'm a lot older now, and I feel more confident that I can take this apart and actually know what I'm doing, and hopefully I can get this fixed and working properly again without any finickiness and stuff like that. Because again, I grew up on this thing. It'd be really nice to get it working again. So yeah, first step is going to be obviously to take it apart. I'll probably work on it somewhere else because it's just like a personal desk of mine. You can see here we just got some random chips and a Lego set and stuff. So yeah, no, probably going to take this to my temporary work table to work on it. So yeah, but yeah, first step's definitely going to be taking it apart and seeing what might be causing the issues. Okay, so I've already taken it apart a bit, and I already see one issue here, which is that this has part of that hinge has broken off. So, I mean, it's not the biggest deal. It just means the hinge up here is not going to be even. I mean, it is right now, but yeah, obviously, yeah. Yeah, you can see here. Kind of an issue, but yeah, I do have some super glue right here, so maybe I'll just use that once I get it off of the board. Of course, I don't want to get any super glue on the main board. Speaking of which, I did actually take a look, and some of these pins on the cartridge connector are not uniform, so I think that might actually be causing some of the issues that I've been having with the games kind of not working well, stuff like this. So yeah, I'm gonna look some stuff up just because I don't want to mess this up, and yeah, go from there. Okay, so you're probably not even going to be able to see it here on camera that well, but I bent the two pins back into place. I do need to double check to make sure they all look good, but I think this should now fix the issue that I was having with the games not working properly. And I also did turn it on before I took it apart to make sure it's still powered on, and surprisingly, it does. and I don't even know the last time I charged it, so that's cool. So yeah, hopefully that will fix the issue with the games not working. Again, I will have to see, but yeah. And then there were a couple of things that came off, like I said, and I've glued. This one wasn't really apart. It didn't come off, but it had started to come off. I'm sorry, this camera is, oof. But yeah, I'll show you. It's right here. Yeah, you can kind of see that. It has some stress marks. I've super glued that, so it hopefully will not come off. So that's cool. And also this, which was a piece that came off that I super glued on. So yeah, I'm gonna get this one piece onto this cartridge slot cover thing. And then I will probably go ahead and put it all back together as soon as I give it a clean. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do that here in a bit. Okay, so it is about ready to be put back together. This is what the hinge situation is looking like right now. And yeah, it's very DIY. So yeah, but I did manage to fix the pins. So actually, I already showed you guys that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I cleaned the board a bit to make sure that everything looks good. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put it back together and test it out and see if it works properly now. Okay, so I've already tested this out, but let me just go and show you all the results. I don't know if I can show you this properly. So if I turn it on without messing with it at all, black screen. But if I turn it on and then push it up, for example, works perfectly fine. But then if I take the pressure off with my finger, yeah. And that is pretty much how this thing's been working for several years. And this fix did not actually change anything. Nothing I did actually fixed anything. This hinge here, just does not work properly anymore. It's now stuck here flat at the bottom. And then, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see this, but this pin and this pin have actually went back to being out of place, so. Yeah, did not fix it. Obviously, I'm still kind of an amateur at this, but, you know, I figured having a better understanding would help me fix this. Clearly, it did not. And the most interesting part is that cartridges, when they're put inside here, can wiggle. Why can they wiggle? I don't understand. Maybe there's some sort of piece here that, like, as a kid, when I took it apart, I just forgot to put back in or something. I probably don't have it anymore, but maybe that's why it's wiggly. I don't really know. What I do know for sure is that it's not fixed, and, you know, I'm still going to probably post this anyway because I want to reach out to you guys, see if you guys might have any sort of, maybe some tips or tricks, potentially at least. Because yeah, this did not work, and I would love to get this childhood console of mine working properly again. Because yeah, it's not exactly fun to push the cartridge up against the front to get it to work at all times. So yeah, if y'all have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comment section below. If you're knowledgeable, especially so, on this type of stuff, please definitely leave a comment on maybe another way to fix it. I still feel like it has something to do with the pins, but maybe it's also having to do with, like, the fact that this is just loose. Again, I don't know if there's a piece missing or something, but again, this fact stands. It's wiggly. I know it's a cheaper type of thing. Back in the day, this is probably like 10 to 15 years old at this point, something like that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this first video. So hope y'all enjoyed this. And again, if you have any idea on how to fix this, let me know down below. That's gonna do it. So I'll see you guys next time.